Climb on your garbage can and ride? Stop down to the curb to find out more. Hello, I'm Waste and Recycling News Editor John Campanelli. We'll check out that trash can racing in a sec, but first, a sobering report released last week reveals that 40% of U.S. food ends up as food waste. More than $165 billion worth of food ends up wasted, according to the report from the Natural Resources Defense Council. That's more than 20 pounds of food per person every month. That means the typical American wastes 10 times as much food as someone in Southeast Asia. In addition, food waste is responsible for a quarter of U.S. methane emissions. The report also outlines some recommendations for governments and businesses to reduce the amount of uneaten food. For consumers, the Council recommends that we shop wisely, plan out our meals, cook smaller portions, freeze unused ingredients, and open ourselves to buying imperfect foods, such as blemished fruit. It won't hurt to join the Clean Plate Club, too. In other news, this week, Tampa, Florida is hosting an estimated 50,000 visitors for the Republican National Convention. Security is paramount, and helping on the front lines are the 216 solid waste professionals from the city. The Department of Solid Waste is switching to a 24-hour operation, Director Tanya Brickhouse told Waste and Recycling News. Workers have been trained to open their eyes and ears for safety and security, on the lookout for suspicious items and situations. To avoid some of the violent protests that have broken out at conventions in the past, the city is removing hundreds of carts from the event zone around the Tampa Bay Times Forum. In addition, plastic dumpster lids have been swapped out with metal lids, and wheel locks have been installed. Brickhouse told Waste and Recycling News the reasons behind those moves.
And so in the event zone itself, we are actually taking some additional measures to make sure that we can secure. Because if you think about plastic, plastic burns easily. And so when we start talking about switching out the lids to metal, then that gives us another level of security and safety by changing those out. When we talk about using wheel locks, that keeps those trash receptacles from being used as potential projectiles.
The Democrats meet next week in Charlotte. Citing security concerns, the Solid Waste Department there declined to discuss plans for that event. Finally, check out what might be ready to merge into the left lane of the German Autobahn. It's the World Cup of Garbage Can Racing, held earlier this month in Hermeskeil, Germany. About 6 contestants, at least one in a bunny suit, rode waste containers down the sloped course through this small town. As you can see, technique is crucial, and that first turn is a monster. About 5,000 people attended the event. Some even drank non-alcoholic beverages. Norman Schaefer, winner of the 2009 competition, grabbed back the title as world's fastest trash can rider as he tackled the course in 21.1 seconds. Here's Schaefer discussing his feelings after the triumph.
Und da wir da schon den 6. Platz gemacht haben, den 3. Platz in der Teamwertung, haben wir dann 2009 den Vize in der Weltmeisterschaftswertung und ich habe den ersten in der Weltmeisterschaft gemacht.
Looks like our translator has been dipping into the Lowenbrow. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week at the Curb.